Hi everyone. In this video, this is a fanfic based on the show Violetta. Now, I've had to enjoy the show via the English dub, so I hope that I still got to enjoy it the same way as someone who watched it with the original language for it. But anyway, I have only ever spoken English my whole life, so hopefully some of these names that are, I think, Spanish names, I pronounce right. If I mess up and mispronounce some names, correct me. I want to learn, but be nice, okay? I hope I pronounce everything right. So, and all I have to reference is the English dub. So, I'm hoping that the voice actors are pronouncing it correctly because that's what I'm referencing. But anyway, on with the story now. So, wait, that's also Angie's birthday. This is in my birthday theme fanfics because I'm posting these during my birthday month. Anyway, if you want to read this little part, you may go ahead, and if you need extra time, you can pause. So, I do have a few references here, and everything. Usually, a lot of these I don't end up having any references, but some of them I do, which are characters that I reference in the story, but don't have any speaking lines. That was originally for when I would make these with photos, so I knew, okay, well, I referenced that character, but that character has no speaking lines, so I don't need to get the photo of that character for the video. But I still kept doing that, just out of habit. So, anyway, that's why I point out the referenced characters in it, as well as characters that have speaking lines. And I have noticed they spell a couple of these names I've heard in English or are spelled differently, but are pronounced the same. So, Herman is spelled with a G in this, and the other time, and I'm used to it being spelled with an H. So, but it sounds like it's pronounced the same. But anyway, on with the story now. Okay, if you want to read this part, pause now and read that. Give you a second. Alright. Want to read this part, you can pause now and read. Alright. This part, pause now and read if you want. You will get the inspiration when the story is done. Alright. Want to read this part? Go ahead. Alright, now we're on with the story. I won't be offended if you do listen to this or watch this without audio. I won't be offended. But there might be some things you're missing if you watch it without audio. But anyway, on with the story now. Wait, that's also Angie's birthday. At Violetta's home, Violetta's reading her mother's diary aloud and reads, "Today's my sister Angela's birthday." It's, now, they never said a date in the show. I looked for it, never said a date for the character, so I just used the actress's real life birth date based on what I read on IMDb. So, I said, it's February 2nd, 1990. Alright. Yeah, they never say the date in the show, so I went with the actress's actual birthday according to IMDb. Back to the story now. Violetta, surprised. "I have an aunt?" bursts into her dad's office. "How come you never told me I had an aunt?" says Violetta. Herman informs, "Because you don't." Violetta, determined, says, "Yes, I do. It's in Mom's diary. She mentions her. She mentions her sister Angela's birthday, and it's this week," says Violetta. "Where'd you get that?" says Herman. "It appeared in my room one day. Quit trying to change the subject. Now. Wait. Quit trying to change the subject. Why didn't you tell me about this? I demand an answer," says Violetta. "I honestly didn't know she had a sister," says Herman. "She never introduced us." Violetta, shocked. "Seriously? You're not just pulling my leg?" says Violetta. "Yes, seriously," says Herman. "I had no idea she had a sister." "Oh, that's a relief," says Violetta. The next day at Studio 21. Do you have something on your mind, Violetta? Asked Leon. I'm recording this while outside, so if you hear, like, birds or outside noises, I apologize. But we have a very short summer where I'm from, so I'd like to absorb all the, like, summer heat and everything that I can. My gosh, ADHD moment. Focus, MMJ. Okay. Do you have something on your mind? Asked Leon. Violetta explains. Yes, I was reading my mother's diary and found out she has a sister no one told me about, says Violetta. Well, that's great. You have an aunt who can tell you stories about your mom, says Leon. Violetta points out sadly. Yeah, only I don't know who she is. All I know is her name's Angelus and her birthday's today, says Violetta. I only wish I knew who she was, says Violetta. Maxie had overheard while walking by and had started spying. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but that's also Angie's birthday. Violetta realizes, but doubtful. You don't think Angie's short for Angelus, do you? Says Violetta. Maxie unsure. I don't know, but you could always just ask her. Violetta agrees. True, I know exactly how I'll do it. Ooh, can I watch this, Maxie? I'll be testing this theory in class, says Violetta. So, of course you'll see it. A few minutes later, in class. Happy birthday, Angelus. Thank you, Vilu, says Angie impulsively, and realizes, has just realized, wait, did you just call me Angelus? Yes, so you're my aunt that no one told me about, aren't you? Says Violetta. Yes, I'm sorry I lied, says Angie. Natty, relieved. Finally! Keeping that secret was killing me. Ludmilla, shocked. Wait, you knew about this and didn't tell me? Natty, okay. Something went on here with the correction. Natty, okay. Natty sassily says, duh, that's why it was killing me to keep the secret. Angie, ashamed, says, I can't believe your sister told you, says Angie. But what's more surprising is that you kept it from Ludmilla, says Angie. Violetta madly says, wait, who else knew before me? Angie says, Pablo's the only other one. Violetta asks, and how'd Natty's sister find out? At the time, I was having a brain fart on what her name was, so I just refer to her as Natty's sister in this story. But anyway, when I wrote it, so yeah. Just to clarify side note, back to the story now. Okay. Pablo's the only other one. Violetta asks, and how did Natty's sister find out? Angie explains, well, Jade hired a private detective to get dirt on me, says Angie. Thankfully, she couldn't afford the information that he had found on me. So, Romallo, there's a spelling there, M-A-L-L-O? Yeah, okay. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. So, Romallo intercepted it, then gave it to me. And when it accidentally fell out of my bag, Natty's sister found it and read it. Now, here we are, says Angie. Okay, I'm glad you're my aunt, says Violetta. I'm happy you're my niece, says Angie. We'll talk more about this when we get home. Also, I just remembered, my mother told Antonio I'm your aunt, but I promise no one else knows, says Angie. Violetta understandingly says, okay. A few hours later, back home. Hey, Romallo. Hey, Olga. Is my father home, says Violetta? Asked Violetta. Sorry. Not at the moment, no, says Romallo. Why are you asking? Violetta informs. Because you're not going to believe this, but I found my mom's sister Angelus today, says Violetta. Well, I can't wait to meet her, says Olga. Violetta asks, what if I told you you already have? At this time, I had forgotten that we later find out Romallo and Olga knew Maria and Angelus when they were children. So at the time, I'd completely forgot about that factor. But anyway, on with the story. Well, I can't wait to meet her, says Olga. Wait, what if I told you already have, says Violetta. Alright, I need a beverage. McDonald's Slurpee, or McDonald's slushie. Smoothie, sorry. Alright, now I'm good. It's getting dry. Where was I? What if I told you already have, says Violetta. Olga, confused. You're joking, right? Violetta honestly says, I'm not joking when I say this. Points to Angie, who's behind her. Angie's real name is Angelist. Romulo and Olga, shocked, say, No way! Angie reveals, I'm Maria's sister. Herman has just walked in, only to accidentally hear Angie's previous line. Wait, what? You're Maria's sister? Angie admits, I go by Angie, but my real name's Angelist. Says Angie. Herman, surprised, says, Wow. Pack up your things, Violetta, we're leaving. Says Herman. Violetta, demanding, says, No, you can't take me away from my aunt. Herman points at Violetta. Gotcha! I know you hate moving. That was just a prank. Says Herman. Ha ha, very funny, Dad, says Violetta, annoyed sarcastically. Well, I thought it was, says Herman. Mumbles Herman. Violetta, prioritizing, says, Anyway, can you tell us some stories about growing up with my mom, says Violetta? Or asks Violetta. Is that okay with Herman, says Angie. Yes, it is, says Herman. So Angie tells stories for the next 2 hours. Everyone's happy there's no more secrets between them. The end of, wait, that's also Angie's birthday. Hope you enjoyed this fanfic. My inspiration? What was my inspiration? I was rewatching the show when I saw the coming up next, where Violetta's reading her mother's diary. And she reads aloud, Today is my sister Angela's birthday. And I thought, what if Violetta mentioned it at school and one of her friends noticed that's also Angie's birthday? Okay, spelling, that's also Angie's birthday, and that was my inspiration. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. I guess I didn't fill that out. The editing point out, I did not fill that out. Oops. Oh well. Now, if you've made it to this point, comment a microphone or music note emoji. So that I know you've made it to the end. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.